Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now January 4th of 2025, and given that there's a lot of celebrities out there that really can't quite know how to grasp with the entire situation, that things are changing throughout the month of January leading into February, and they don't really know how to deal with the next 4 years. We know that a lot of comedians, actors, actresses, producers, writers, directors are really saying the most illogical things out there as a defense mechanism, as a way to just demonize the general public and to really just attack them for no reason at all, other than to really just throw out their agenda and to say what they have to say that nobody really cares about. And the latest example has a lot to do with Kathy Griffin, after she also went on a rant about her comedy tour, about everything to do with the sales of her tour, performing very low and really not performing at all near her expectations, and this is the type of behavior that we could all expect from comedians like Kathy Griffin. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, for the record, let me just say I never found Kathy Griffin funny at all. I never actually found her to be appealing at all, in any way, shape, or form, whether it was through her cameos on Seinfeld or her time on CNN for the New Year's Eve presentation, the program that they do. And what's interesting here is that we know that Kathy Griffin has a real problem when it comes down to politics. She has a real issue when it comes down to the general public and their view of politics. And we all know the terrible things that she has done before in the past that got her blacklisted from so many different studios out there, so many different organizations and corporations that just do not want to work with her ever again. And rightfully so, by the way, after what she did and said. However, with the entire woke media now heading into financial flames and various setbacks due to the public backlash that recently took place, one monumental development that is now going on involves more to do with comedian Kathy Griffin, who recently went on an endless rant. She delivered the following: "The only person I can blame right now as to why my tickets just really aren't selling like they should be are all from the negative comments that I received from the incoming president, who wrongfully made me out to be the bad guy through social media, and I think it's important to keep comedy alive, and especially my type of comedy that is going to touch on politics more, because I think it needs to in order to relax the world right now. But yeah, I'm on the radar of the incoming president, and it sounds like I'm going to lose my job and my passion because of him, and I think more of those that have been ride or die fans of mine should really decide to convince some of their friends and family members to place a ticket and witness the entertainment I'm putting out there, because the things that I was criticized for in the past was absolutely unfair and completely taken out of context, and I blame the incoming president on all of that for costing my career in sluggish sales. So all I ask is to see me on stage, and see what I'm all about before falling for the lies from the other side of the country that is just so lost right now in another world." Guys, before I move on, let me just say one thing: whether it's a comedian, actor, or actress, you never, absolutely never beg your audience or the public to really invest your hard-earned money or cash into their career. You never do that. That is a big rule that you do not do. You never head into your personal financial, issues and really pressing that on the public and making it a burden to them. You absolutely do not do that. And that's typical of Kathy Griffin. Am I really all that shocked? Not really, because she really is that crazy. So she goes on to continue: "They just have no clue what's going on, and I think they need to just shut the hell up. Those that are unwilling to give my tour a chance, I think, are just afraid of politics, and are afraid of just how honest I am with the way things are going right now in this country. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm begging and all." She is, by the way. "I don't want to sound like I'm begging and all, but please check out my show and give the tour a chance, because it needs some support right now. We need to get back to true comedy that holds no barriers, and it's people like the incoming president that really made it difficult for us comedians. This is why it's going to be a very tough 4 years for comedians because of him, and all the orders he's going to place by the end of this month, and I think that's what scares me the most. It really frightens me. I think they are going to put all comedians away, and all talk show hosts away that have a differing opinion than his. You watch, because that's the way things are heading right now." Guys, let me just say one thing again before she goes into the conclusion of her mindless rant that really just makes absolutely no sense. But Kathy Griffin, alright, she's never been funny, like I said before. Again, this is my opinion. Heck, even in that Seinfeld episode, she was mocked for being or trying to be a comedian. I mean, that was the entirety of the episode revolving around her, is that she was being mocked by Jerry Seinfeld for trying to get into comedy. She's not really funny, nobody cares about her, nobody really cared about her from the start, and I think when you look at someone like Kathy Griffin, she really can't cope with the fact that ticket sales are just not working at all for her, and she's doing nothing but playing the blame game. She's playing the victim card. She's saying it's all because of him, she's saying it's because of politics, and it's because of the public having a very false view of the country right now, and also, she's begging for people to buy a ticket. She's begging her loyal fans, or she calls them ride or die fans, as she puts it. She's begging them to beg their family and friends to check her tour out. And that really is just going to the next level, and it just goes to show you how abysmal Kathy Griffin's tour truly, truly is. Now, like I've said before in the past, Kathy Griffin is indeed blacklisted from various studios, endless studios. Nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to work with her for the most part, and I say for the most part, ever again, alright? That's how bad it is for her situation right now. She's really just on her legs trying to keep her career alive. Now, interestingly enough, she goes on to continue, it's in my full interest to keep putting politics in my comedy because it really helps with material, but the sales just aren't there, and I just don't understand it at all. We need to focus on comedians having the ability to have no fear about the jokes they want to write, and perhaps that will be my New Year's resolution, and I'm gonna have to face the consequences. I think I'm ready for it now, because I'm going to take my career into my own hands, whether it hurts me or helps me. So, Kathy Griffin, again, really is just talking crazy. It sounds like that she's really losing it. It sounds like that she is indeed very frightened about the whole new cultural shift that, by the way, the majority of the public are welcoming right now with open arms, myself included. But what's interesting here is that a lot of these celebrities are now fading into thin air. Nobody cares about them anymore. People want to see new talent, new faces, specifically new faces that do not engage in politics. And I keep bringing this up because I think it's so important. When you're an actor, an actress, writer, producer, comedian, whatever it may be, the instant that you drag politics into it, your career just begins to go downhill. I mean, sure, comedians, there's an exception there. I get it. That's a certain thing. You know, comedy, there's a lot of political comedians. That's just how it is. But when you're, like an example, when you're an actor or an actress, which the majority of them are in the film industry, in the overall scope of Hollywood, when they drag politics in there, it's game over. But yeah, Kathy Griffin, I would like to hear what everyone has to say about her mindless, illogical rant that really, I think, is just nothing more than a beg for ticket sales, a beg for, a large amount of people to help her career. And it's not going to happen. If anything, you're making it worse, right? If you're begging people to purchase anything, they're just gonna run away. It's not gonna happen, right? So I would like to hear what everyone has to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.